Okay, well, got another one of those Japanese Star Trek ships here for you. This was going to be filmed actually a few days ago, but it kind of got delayed, room happened, work and all that. So, as you can see from the saucer, this is from the original series era. So, let's go ahead and pop it open and then see how good this ship looks. What's this? Some instructions. I don't need that. A bit of fruit insert card. Not a bad pick of Kirk's old Enterprise. Now you notice I'll say Kirk's old Enterprise before the fans of the series was going all ballistic. I want to make one thing perfectly clear. There were clear differences between Christopher Pike and Kirk's version of the original series Connie. Alright, which I'll be covering in a bit. I was kind of hoping to get Pike's version of the original series Connie because I actually do kind of like that one a bit better. Also, if you're not subscribed to it on Facebook, there's the I'm going to tell you what the name of the page is because I'm not going to plug something else, where they posted a photo of the original studio model when they finished it prior to filming the test pilot for Captain Pike,
which was called the Cage.
Which became the Cage.
Became the Cage.
It became the Cage. But then the studio wasn't exactly happy with the results, and a few things happened, and then they casted Captain Kirk, and then commissioned a new test pilot for the series. Alright, the saucer is not snapping in very well.
Everybody knows what Gene Roddenberry said about that.
Mm-hmm. Alright, it goes this way. Alright. Which I do have to admit, the test pilot that with Captain Kirk in it was actually a bit better. Because I did give a better idea of the flow of the series and all that. Hey, hello, you. That's a little game pick for you, squeaking if you hear it. Okay, here we go. All nice and put together.
He wants attention.
And okay, for those of you who don't know and didn't see the Captain Pike episode, the top of the saucer had more of a curve to it, and the bridge dome was a bit bigger, and it had needles on the ends of the buzzer collectors, and the deflector dish was also a bit different as well. So yeah, there were actually differences between them. So this is the actual original series version of the Enterprise, which ironically was actually a whole other studio model. Hence why in the Mirror episode they actually used Captain Pike's old Enterprise for the Mirror Enterprise with a few retoolings, which this basically give more of an exploration type feel for the ship. It's an overall nice little model. I think this is one of the finer versions of the original series Enterprise you can find. Because I don't know why it just feels a little truer to the series. I wish I had done the Cage and the second. There's actually three versions of this ship. Yeah, look up online. It's actually pretty interesting. The only downside about it is that the shuttle bay ain't detailed on the back of the ship. That's one downside about it. And just for a bit of irony here, I brought out my Eagle Moss Publications D7. And also show you the evolution of the ships in Star Trek. I brought out my Excelsior and my Defiant. Which I find kind of ironic how high the 701 Enterprise stand is. Yeah, so yeah, another little tidbit here is the Kirk's Enterprise saucer is actually able to emergency separate. So these are actually these square panels here are actually hatches, that way the crew can exit the saucer for if it crash lands on a planet. They actually had scripted 2 episodes to use the ship separation capabilities, but budget constraints kind of prevented it from happening. Also going to flake this off the stand, and these little details here are actually part of the landing equipment for the saucer. And there's been a lot of debate on exactly where the separation plane is on this ship. And another piece of information is where the transporters come from. Well, believe it or not, because the budget wasn't there to land the ship each episode, so they came up with the transporters as a solution, so that way they don't have to land the ship. Also, no, the ship does not have replicators. Because if you actually pay attention to a few of the episodes, the little cards that you see them slide into the food system, it's actually issued to McCoy, by McCoy, to the crew members, which basically they slip it in and that says who it is, and they hit the button, and then the cook from the next deck down sends up the food.
Plus, they showed the working kitchen on more than one episode.
So, no. Replicators were not written into the series until basically the Enterprise D, which confirms it. We're in between that lineage. They made the swap over, I don't know. Because even in the movies of this, which is basically a refit of the ship, Kirk said, tell the cook what to fix in the undiscovered country. Please keep that in mind. No, the ship never had replicators.
We don't know enough about the sea, whether or not the sea had replicators.
That I don't know. But I do know the Enterprise D
did have them.
Did have them, and holodecks were developed in that time frame. Because you got to remember, just go watch the Counter at Farpoint. That coins how new holodecks are. Now, if you want, I'll go more detail about the original series, the flow, and a very interesting story on how it's actually 2 separate series, if you want. But as always, like, comment, subscribe. Links in the description below. Feel free to comment. I do read them. I do reply to them. In fact, I made a new one replying to 3 comments. So, there you have it. The 171 Enterprise. Kirk's version. So thank you for watching, and have a good one. Bye bye. I said links are in the description below.